What up? Did I? I didn't. Alright, so I'm still in the middle of talking to these guys. Let me re-talk to Ben. I wanted to ask you about the details. I don't know. Just try to smile. Tell us something about Max. Maximilian Galactica. Not very nice. My head hurts. You're a ventriloquist. Why is this music so loud? I'm just a regular guy. You already told us you're a ventriloquist. Oh, yeah. Nick, don't yell at him. I can't help it. He's making me nervous. Ben, would you mind showing us some of your skills as a ventriloquist? Not right now. He doesn't have his puppet. Okay. Lodging house, first floor, Mo's room. Kablamo. Congratulations, you're the big wiener. The 1 millionth visitor to the room of one Mr. Mo Curls, aka me. Curly and Mo. Earplugs. Must find earplugs. To celebrate this occasion, would you care for an organic grape? Just one. Get my joke right there? I welched on giving you more than one. No. If it was funny, it is your duty as a human being to laugh. People who don't laugh are usually last seen in Lansing. Catch my drift. That was a rough pun. Ha 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 ha. It's so forced. This is some Faustian nightmare. Come on, it was funny. Clowns are always funny in my book. My book, they're just funny looking. Sure do have a great taste in clothes, girly. Look at that garb. You look like a Greta Garbo. Jeez. I'm going home. You can't. You know, I can excuse a bad joke. But this dude just keeps laughing at his own jokes. That's what I object to. You have to admit, he's kind of funny. He called your outfit garbage. Could you tell us more about the circus? It's a very big story. You sure you got time for that kind of things? The hits keep coming. Oh boy. The circus has been in business for 20 years. Well performed under the guidance of the ringmaster Russell Berry. Working in the circus is never easy, especially nowadays. With movies, TV, bowling, there's too much competition. Bowling is competition? I love the circus. I love it too. That's why I've been here for 20 years. We work hard to keep the show running. No one sends the clowns on us. Just made a joke. Laugh. Ha 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 ha. The ringmaster was a real big shot in the circus world. A real class act. Even when there were no customers, Russell would use his own money to pay me. Because he knew that I had a family to care for. He was happy to take care of his employees. How could anyone do that to such a wonderful man? Mo? Wiggity 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 what? Ugh. Sorry, Mo. Nick was born without a sense of humor. Don't worry about it. How can you fault someone for being born that way? Let's talk about the murder. Let's see. After rehearsals was finished, I was tuckered out, so I came back here. After I went to bed, that's when I caught a peek of it. Of the crime. This is the eyewitness. The ringmaster was ahead of his time. He'd always add new elements to the show. When you're a performer for a long time, your act starts to get a bit stale. I realize that my act can get a bit long in the tooth. Sometimes my joke can be a bit old-fashioned. But that make-believer takes things too far. Make-believer? The magician. The one that thinks he's all high and mighty. He had the gall to say to me, "You're one of those funny types, right?" What does he mean, one of those? Well, the joke's on him now. On him? Yep, he got on everyone's nerves. The day of the murder. Go ahead. Nope, no way. Just forget I said anything. What did you witness? Please tell me I can't share my story with others. Don't say a word. I'm gonna have to let those lips stay zipped. Guess you're right. Maybe I can tell you a few details. But only if you can get old stiff lips here to make with the funny. Stiff lips? You mean me? What's the matter? Just getting ready. Okay. Do you know why I, Phoenix Wright, am a great lawyer? Because I'm right all the time. I wouldn't let him quit his day job. Cut a guy some slack. At least it was funnier than Chuckles over here. It's like lowest of the low-hanging fruit, Phoenix, but okay. Wasn't the greatest joke, but you did try, so I'll tell you what I saw. Sorry he's incapable of being funny, Mo. That night, once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Once I heard it, I jumped out of bed. That's when I saw... Without question, without a doubt, it was that magician. That's what I saw, but it just proves how terrible that man actually is. He knows more about Max than he's letting on. He thinks he can kill the ringmaster. It's only right that he should die too. Mo. Sorry, I crossed the line, but he truly is a disgusting human being. Why do you hate him? Let me tell you this one story. The morning before the murder, something terrible happened. Max clonked Ben right over the head as hard as he could. Ventriloquist? You should go to the cafeteria and investigate for yourselves. Let's just say there's gotta be something interesting in there. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Very big circus is very big. You should always carry a map with you around. This is an atlas. Dying here. Coronary. Now he's just laughing to hear his own voice. Lodging house. Mo, first floor. Acrobats, third floor. Ringmaster's room, cafeteria, and the big top. It's that uppity faker's uppity top hat. They found this at the crime scene, didn't they? That's what I've been told. Unbelievable. That jerk killed the ringmaster. It's a shame what happened to the ringmaster. Huh, Mo? Seems the ringmaster was a great man. What do you think about this? You want some advice on your development as a comedian? Well, this is what you do. When you tell a joke, I think that's enough advice. Oh, it didn't even let me read it. Tell me about Regina. That's Ringmaster's daughter, Regina. Ever since she was a little girl, she's been watching circus performances. Cuter than the puppy Maltese, that Regina. Only my Lorena was that cute. Lorena? Lorena's my daughter. She lives with her mother now. Tears of a clown are the saddest. Been friends with Russell even before the circus began. He was so selfless. He always thought about others before thinking of himself. I'll find a way to return the favor. He always took good care of me. Wish I could have thanked him more than I did. Ben, how's he doing? He's a ventriloquist, isn't he? That's right. Boy, was I surprised when they told me his secret. He's got a second mouth where his belly button should be. Just kidding. Ben wouldn't tell me a single thing about the murder. Ben doesn't have his ventriloquist puppet. You'll barely get a word out of him. Okay. You look awfully snazzy in these costumes. Did you use the word snazzy in a sentence? What's wrong with using the word snazzy? Those are haute couture from the best international clown designers. At least that's what they said on the TV shopping channel I use. I like having a big collection so I can match my costume to my mood and my carrot. You know, I only own one t-shirt. The rest are all clown costumes. Snazzy dresser, more like spazzy dresser. That's rude, Phoenix. Quite the collection of pajamas. They really scream you. I think they're loud. Kind of thought they were refined. You know, a bit too adult for me to use on stage. That's why I use them as pajamas. Sleeps in clown costumes? What's this, a banana peel? How did she slip on it? What a wonderful fall. You should remember that when you see a banana peel, get ready to fall down. That is one of the basic tenets of clownsmanship. Every night I fall down 100 times to practice the proper banana peel break fall. Billy is a pro. His falls are totally different than my slip. Yeah, if you want to call it that. Take a look at my desk. Aren't I the most studious clown you've ever seen? Every free moment I have I spend it on studying or reading. The classic Pull My Finger or Clown Car Maintenance and Repair. Not to mention the bestsellers Jean-Luc and Leduc's Guide to Obnoxious French Perros. They all seem to cover rather basic topics. Maybe he's just trying to cover all his bases. I want to be a Renaissance clown. Too bad he didn't buy How to Be a Funny Clown. As clowns take our work seriously, I try to hone my craft. Unicycles, trampolines, bouncy balls, accordions. It looks like you put quite a bit of wear and tear on that equipment. The theme of my act as a clown is, how many ways can a fat, funny guy fall down? I don't care what I break or how I break it, as long as it ends with me on my bum. You can see the scene of the crime from here. You can even tell that the ground has been disturbed. Right in front of the window about 30 feet away. I guess it would have been strange for someone to have seen. It wouldn't have been strange for someone to see the crime from here. There's a hole in the ceiling. Why is there a hole in the ceiling? Well, I was riding a pogo stick and I guess I overdid it a little. Stuck his head through? That's all the information we get about that? Carrots are one of my trademark props. Must believe in a carrot and no stick approach. You put the carrot out in front for motivation, but I guess the trick is gauging what flavor you want each day. You know, I eat about 5 of those carrots every single day. If you eat that many, you gotta change up the taste every now and again. I don't understand that, nor do I ever want to. Yeah, me neither. Big Top Cafeteria. This place is gross. This must be because of last night. They didn't have time to clean up after dinner because of the murder. He said that yesterday morning Max clonked Ben over the head here. He also said there's gotta be something interesting in here. What's gotta be interesting? This is strange. There's nothing on top of the stand. Max is written on it. It must be his VIP table. Isn't it a bit small to be a VIP table? You wouldn't be putting a 10-course meal on this. Still eat hamburgers, right? Ah, yes. Kitchen's over here. Everyone must have taken turns cooking. There's a duty list posted. Wouldn't mind trying my hand at cooking for this many people. Maya's killer hamburger. You'd try it, wouldn't you? With how many times Maya's been accused of murder? No. Looks like they left it just as it was the night of the murder. They didn't seem too worried about cleaning up the dishes, did they? Looking at all these dishes makes me hungry. Let's go eat a burger. Let's get this over with. Chair's been knocked over. Looks almost as if someone knocked it over in a struggle or used it in self-defense. Remember, Regent just likes to eat his dinner in the cafeteria. Dirty dishes, it must have been too hectic to clean up. I think you and I should clean up this place. Why do we have to clean up? 1, because I hate dirty cafeterias. 2, because 1 bears repeating. This is a crime scene. We can't clean it up. We have to preserve it for evidence. Keep our cafeteria clean. Doesn't seem like anyone ever read the sign, huh? Maybe should change it to be clean or die. Easier to understand. I'll definitely make them clean up. That is full show. Bulletin board for bulletins. It doesn't look like there are any useful clues posted here. Like a fake clue. Maybe something like message from the killer. Give it up, Maya. You know Gumshoe would take it all seriously. What's this? Must be a juice bottle or something. Watch out, there's broken glass all over. Broken bottle is just lying in the middle of the floor. Think it means anything? There's gotta be something interesting in here. Looks like we're gonna have to go back and meet with him. That's my 2 sweeties. Welcome to the detention center. What's on today's agenda? What can I help you with? We've gathered quite a few clues. Wonderfully fantabuloso. I mean fabulous. That's why we came to meet with you again. What's wrong? Quit making such a scary face. Okay, let's make this absolutely fabulous. Heard a lot about you at the circus, Max. You must mean from those dinosaurs. How are those Jurassic geriatrics? Max, you aren't very popular with the other performers, are you? That's what's called jealousy. They're absolutely jealous of my absolutely fabulous self. Well, kind of. People who really understand can see the obvious differences between us. People who really understand? For instance, my sweetie pie. I plan on getting married to her. She is truly my sweetie pie princess. It's already in the works. Strange, Regina never said anything about actually marrying this Joker. You met with the ringmaster the night of the murder? Yes, I was with him around 10 p.m. once I was done with practice. I went to his room right after we finished. They found the ringmaster's body in the plaza in front of the lodging house. I heard about that. He needed to step out for a bit, so I waited in his room for him to return. Sorry, Max, I have something I have to attend to right now. Do you mind waiting right here for me? It's pretty cold outside. Where's your coat? Alright, I'll be right back. It should only take about 10 minutes. And then I waited for him, but he never came back. Did he go to the plaza where the body was discovered? Possibly. The snow had tapered off a bit, but it was still very cold. But I have no idea what he went off to do. What about this? Last night you met with the ringmaster, correct? To negotiate your salary and such? Reached an agreement for my 6-month-old contract. You just went to his office to negotiate your new salary. I hate lies, and I hate liars even more. What are you insinuating? Do you have proof that I did something other than negotiate my fee last night? It was on the table in the ringmaster's room. You weren't lying about getting a raise. Is there a problem with being well compensated? Not with the compensation, just with the date. This is dated a week ago. You finished your contract negotiations a week ago. That night, the ringmaster called me to his room. Called you? Why'd you do that? Sorry, that's private. Perhaps you could share what you two spoke about? Not if I don't have to. Isn't this why the ringmaster called you? Where'd you get that? Cafeteria, but you already knew that, didn't you? Of course. Fell and broke on the floor. Didn't fall. Use this bottle to... hit Ben. Nailed him over the head with this bottle, didn't you? That's why you got called to the ringmaster's room that night. Might as well be a magician. Truth is, yesterday morning during breakfast we had a run-in. You mean you had a fight with Ben? Put it that way. Why'd you fight with him? Ben seems like such a quiet man. We fought about my sweetie pie. You mean Regina? That ill-bred creep told my sweetie pie princess that he was in love with her. Would you put up with that? Ill-bred? Are you talking about the same Ben? Told her he was in love with her. Are you sure this is Ben? All I can say is that he made me mad and I had to tap him on his hard head. That's when the ringmaster called me and I realized that it was my chance. A chance? That's when I went to his room and I laid it all out on the table. I asked him to let me marry my sweetie pie. Ringmaster told me, it sounds good to me. That's why my sweetie pie prince is my sweetie pie, and no one else's. Since Ben was causing me so much trouble, I realized I had to shut him up. What do you mean, shut him up? You don't know, do you, my sweets? Trilo can't say a word, not without Ben. Ben Trilo. Ben Trillo. The puppet, the ventriloquist puppet. His real name is Triloquist. Ben Triloquist. But puppet doesn't talk. I know, that's why I hid it. Before the police came and took me away, of course. That puppet started flapping off the balls at the balsa, I'd be screwed. You hid him? You mean the ventriloquist puppet? So smart, sweetie. Where did you hide him? You aren't thinking of trying to add him to my defense, aren't you? Ben does seem awfully lonely without his puppet. Fabulous, that should have taught him a lesson. Hit him in the ringmaster's room. You don't mind going there and getting Trilo for me, do you? No, I can't stand to see my sweeties in a jam. Ben's not here anymore. Probably in the tent. What do you think, Nick? I wonder if we're making any progress. Don't be negative. Of course we're making progress. Everyone loved the ringmaster, and there's no sign of footprints. Still a lot of mysteries to be solved. Now Regina isn't there. Not seeing how that's related. Maybe I'll order food today. The stepladder. Probably for tightrope. There weren't any tightrope walkers in the show when we saw it. Oh, Max uses a rope to fly. What exactly do you mean when you say clue? What are you looking for? A bloody chainsaw. Definitely not one of those here. Looks the same, a great big mess. Considering how messy it is, I bet they wouldn't notice if another poster went missing. A Trilo in this room. Look at all these cute trophies. Just look at all the awards the circus has won, like All Country Quiz Champions, Ringmasters Association Mini Golf. Ringmaster is so multi talented in ways I never could have imagined. There's something shoved under the bookshelf. Trilo, Ben's puppet. Why do I have to carry this thing? Hey, Ben. Do you think it's cool, Nick? Ben, this is yours, right? They're wearing the inverse costumes. That's so cute. Here you go. Alright, Maya, let's get going. See you around, Ben. What are you looking at? I'm right here, you blind wench. What's your problem anyways? Don't you know how to properly greet someone? Ben? Is that you, Ben? No, I would never. It was me. Yeah, me down here. It's like Scarface from Batman. You're a Trilo? It's Mr. Quist to you, sir. Learn some manners before you just blurt out my name. Now try speaking to me again. But this time with some proper respect. Mr. Quist, is that better? Look at me when I talk to you, you 8-bit excuse for an attorney. 8-bit? Trilo, we talked about insulting people. You promised. But he was mocking me, not to mention not being mean to bullies was not included in the deal. Sorry, Trilo. Nick, what just happened? Trilo is still a puppet. Who do you think you are calling me a puppet? Tell us what you know about the murder. You talking to me? I said you talking to me? Don't look at him when you're talking to me. Triloquist, you behave, young man. Shut up, Woody. What murder are you talking about? The one where they offed the old man? I guess so. No need to make a fuss about things. That old mutt paid us all peanuts. Trilo, you can't say things like that. I didn't raise you to be that kind of puppet. Do you have nerve pills or something to take right now? These two are really an odd couple, aren't they, Nick? Okay, I'll talk. Gramps got clobbered over the head. Let me lay it all out for you. The pay sucks, the clown sucks, and my partner has his hand up my pants. Your partner? You mean Ben? Yeah, the creepy old guy who never finds it in himself to leave me alone. Tell him to back off for me, will ya? He's just another one of the dorks around here. But I'll be fair, in a cesspool of human garbage masquerading as performers, I found my Madonna. Regina, my lovely Regina. She's stunning, right, Ben? Well, I'm not sure if I would go that far. You'll have to excuse him. He does not understand of what he speaks. I, on the other hand, am an appreciator of true beauty, hence why I shall marry her. Marry? The ringmaster got knocked upside his cheap head by that flying fraud. You mean Max Galactica? Why do you say that? Trilo, straighten up. Don't accuse people like that. Straighten up? I'm made of wood. Besides, you were there. You know what happened. You were there? Heh. If you're that interested, then I'll let you in on the facts. You're gonna marry Regina? That's right. She doesn't quite realize the joy that awaits her, does she? I think I'm beginning to see why she seemed troubled. Well, I don't care. It's my choice, not hers. We're getting hitched. It is her choice. I know you think that, but what? I gave her a special gift. I gave her the wonderful gift of song. I am a renowned tenor. You'll be happy to know that I decided to grace you with one of my songs. Me. I want you to touch me. I want you to kiss me. I want you to... The rest is private. Uh-huh. Melody is pretty good. But those lyrics, I think they need a little work. Who asked you? I'm the artist. Now that Trilo's here, does that mean you can talk normally now? Hey, Buttface. You must be looking forward to tomorrow, aren't you, Mr. Ambulance Chaser? You know, it's time to get rid of that pesky magician once and for all. Enough jibber jabber. Let's get to court already. And they're gone. He's a witness for tomorrow's trial. What in the world happened to Ben and Trilo? What a pair of those two. Oh. Now what? A monkey? He stole my badge. That monkey. My badge. The monkey stole it. Mr. Attorney, that face was so cute. You look so completely dumbfounded. Regina, you, that monkey. No need to get angry. My attorney badge. Don't worry, I'll help you out. If you say so. Monkey's name is Money. Money the monkey. His name is Money? The monkey is named Money? Yes. Well, the rich ape just stole my attorney's badge. Mind if I get that back? I'll see what I can do, but even I have money problems. Whenever Money sees something shiny, he takes it back home. Guess I'll have to figure out where Money disappeared to. I think that's your best bet. You should probably ask Uncle Mo, he might know. You don't know? Well, Money isn't exactly someone I'm on friendly terms with. He's not really the kind of animal I work with, even if he does need taming. Lord knows. I guess it's time I revisit the clown. You mind telling us a bit about Ben? You mean that guy who's always hanging around with Trillo? Oh my god. She loves the puppet. What do you mean hanging around? Well, he was there when Trillo told me he was in love with me. Trillo told you he was in love with you. Yeah, he did. Kinda cute, don't you think? So smart, and he's such a wonderful singer. I love him. What about Ben? What about Ben? He's got nothing to do with me loving Trillo. This lady's crazy. Like sand through the hourglass, so are the days of the circus. You were proposed to, weren't you? Proposed to? Nope, that won't be for a while. Strange, isn't it? Max and Trillo both said otherwise. They said they asked for her hand in marriage. Max only talked to the ringmaster about it. He asked for the ringmaster for her hand, not Regina directly. I guess Trillo hasn't asked her directly yet. What? He's gonna propose to me? I'm so confused. How about you, Maya? What? Who do you think I should go for, Max or Trillo? Do you realize that Trillo is a puppet? I don't care that he's a bit stiff. To practice over, Dad went straight to his room. Door leads to Ringmaster's room. I don't know why, but he went off in a hurry. This guy, his name is Ben, right? Didn't really catch my eye. He's friends with Trillo, right? That's Mo. He's such a funny clown. He's been a good friend to my dad for a long time. My dad always said, when it comes to who I can trust the circus to, it's definitely Mo. Gumshoe took off already. Probably because we ditched him earlier. I bet he and the other cops got lonely and headed back to the precinct. It isn't Mr. Wright all the time. It's alright to be wrong every now and again, right? See, Nick, it took a while for the joke to find its audience. What can I do for you? Do you remember a good joke you wanted to tell me? Pull up a chair and maybe pull my finger and let me have it. Gonna get the same sound effect either way, aren't we? How'd you know I put a whoopee cushion on the chair? About Regina. Regina's a pure innocent child. She's a cutie too. She was born and raised in the circus, but that means she doesn't know much about the world outside the big top. Sounds like Pearly. For her, every child's dream of the circus is her everyday reality. She sees dancing wild animals, men flying in the air, and one very funny clown every day. Funny thing is that all seems normal to her because it is to her everyday life. Guess that explains why she thinks she can marry a ventriloquist puppet. Don't ask me if her reality is a good thing or a bad thing though. Clown sees life simply, without complications. Ever heard of a monkey named Money? Money! He stole my attorney's badge. Money does love shiny objects. It makes sense that he'd swipe your badge. Under no circumstances can you chase him. You don't want to get involved in any monkey business, right? Exactly, bravo. God damn it. Enough joking around, though. Money isn't considered a member of Regina's family. Who does he belong to? I'll be happy to take you where his owner is staying. Acro's room. This is it. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Can't breathe. Don't be such a wimp. You only had to climb 2 flights of stairs. This is the place, Acro's room. He's an acrobat. Seems like he's not around today. It's a big pile of junk in the corner. I don't think it'd be wrong to assume that Phoenix's stuff is over there too. Just gotta be careful to make sure you've got the right stuff. Ha ha ha. Thanks, Mo. See you later. There's a fork, a mirror, everything shiny. There's even a really cheap looking knockoff wristwatch. It's a trophy. Here's your badge. Check this out. It's a ring. Something engraved on it, from T to R, from Trillo to Regina. That's why he didn't propose. He lost the ring. About time to wrap up. Do you think we'll win in court tomorrow? No. Even I can't imagine what kind of testimony will come out tomorrow. I'm guessing Mo will be a witness in court tomorrow. And Ben. And maybe the puppet. Don't worry, Nick. No matter what, we've still got a magician on our side. It's good, because we might need some magic tomorrow morning. Morning, Max. Milk? Don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage. I just can't function. There isn't a stage. All you have to do is sit down. Max is really nervous. That's understandable. You don't think I should fly, do you? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. Can't be having you fly around in the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Was it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? The young lawyer flying in fabulously from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. Next, no one needs to fly in today. Phoenix is daydreaming. Get on with it. Sorry, I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. This is the defendant, also known as Maximilian Galactica. Yes, he does go by that name. His grandson is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly. No, it doesn't. Wonder if that is to our advantage. It isn't. On Karma, your opening statement. Hope you won't bother thinking you'd win this one, right? Spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. Did not count. Do you hear me? You have no chance. Zero, zilch, nada. I'm not losing this case. Why do you ask? Because it's not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. Yeah, except for the fact that you lost. Just being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show you textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. I'm not on trial. It will be my ultimate revenge. It's not like it will bring her dad back. Yeah, she's just butthurt that daddy's gone. Call your first witness. Gumshoe. Sorry to keep you from your work, as I'm sure you need every penny, detective. I'd like to begin by shedding some light on events in question. Night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40, making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routine. The practice session broke up around 10. The work itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. Cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped the vertebrae in his neck. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. (10:15) blunt force trauma, back of the head. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up till the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal, maybe it was about 1.5 inches on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. All the circus performers were gathering. Night of the crime, snow was falling. All the circus performers were in the big top. Everyone but the dancers and staff. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and the defendant Maximilian Galactica and his victim the ringmaster. Almost forgot, Regent the tiger was there as well. What about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Session broke at 10. To the practices over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent, Mo went back to his room, Ben went back to the front gate absorbed in his own world, the ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about. It seems they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. The murder took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15. Got a witness. Okay. Mind telling us how the victim met his end? Found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The victim may have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. Much heavier than it looked, not to mention it was locked. 20-pound box, small but strong lock. Weighs 20 pounds. Iron plating? Why is it lined with iron? Just did it to make it heavier. Could all do without your guesses, detective. Oh my god. Stick to what you actually know. Suffice it to say the box was really heavy. Cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. Murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You haven't found this murder weapon, have you? Police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it is something the perpetrator ran off with. I think so, especially since he didn't find it on the scene. I believe he made it disappear with magic. Ha ha ha. The box was locked. How exactly was it locked? A sturdy lock, quite a bit to open up. The forensics team took it back to the precinct to crack it open. What was inside the box? When we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. Tried to crack it open. All was inside was this little bottle. It's a condiment bottle. Pepper. It's only one little bottle in that huge box. I think I have a good feel for the details of the event now. Wrapped up has a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Thanks, Gumshoe. You may step down. Von Karma, next witness. Benjamin Woodman. I wonder if Trillo will show up too. Yep. Name and occupation for the record. My full name is Trillo Quist. I'm employed as an operatic tenor. Witness called to the stand was one Benjamin Woodman, not ventriloquist. The road must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. You leave something to be desired. Yeah, a bit. Hello, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up, just look at your nose. You would think you have some sense to fix it. So ugly I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know that nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their mind. What's going on? I demand to know who the witness is. I'll let Trillo handle this. Jeez. You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. Practice is over. I left the tent with the stooge. I mean clown. We got to the lodging house. I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. When I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. The only one heading that way, how could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took the magic boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene of the crime, you sure of that? Without a doubt, he had his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? Got a point. It'd be a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Here's absolute proof. A silk hat? This was found at the scene. The crime belongs to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there'd be no reason for this hat to be unseen. Well... kind of. That's kind of correct. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutor skills are unrivaled. Well done. Thanks for stating the obvious, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you have to say? Practice is over. I left the tent with this stooge, I mean clown. Talking about Mo. Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic, I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup was running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good. Poor guy. We don't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. Comes to being first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It's awfully cold that night, especially with all that snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house been a better idea? Right, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teacher always said I was. Are you sure it was Max Galactica? How can you mistake someone wearing the snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays, you're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. He was the only one headed that way. How could Punk not be the killer? Saw Max and only Max. That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night. Quite a bit of sense. It makes Max one suspicious character. Ben saw only Max? That's strange, don't you think? You said you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? Who else should the witness have seen? Victim. Trilla was at the entrance to the plaza. I should have seen the ringmaster as well. Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could figure that out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. That, according to it, the defendant, a likely story. If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? No conclusive contradictions. Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. What time did the police arrive at the scene? Hey, what time was it? A bit after 10:30. Practice ended at 10 p.m. so you hung around the lodging house the entire time. I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you'd stand outside in that weather. Truth is, why can't you believe that we'd stand outside in that weather? Were you waiting for someone? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Wright, we can do without your offhanded theories. Witness, he's cracking under the pressure. I'm onto something. Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for in that cold, out in the cold that night? He was waiting outside in the cold. It was for one person. That one person, he was waiting for the one and only animal tamer, Regina. You were waiting for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? You really can't ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw, don't you forget it. Puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. It's obviously the reason why the witness was there that night. Spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. That makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't. Witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on his way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept the likelihood that there is a high likelihood that could have missed something. There is no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Don't volunteer things. What do you expect, Von Karma? Mr. Quist, tell us the truth, and I mean the whole truth. Were you waiting for, or not, for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I was waiting to propose to her. Waiting to propose? Think humans have a monopoly on marriage? Matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. Here's your judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. Thanks, you're bumbling. My perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Don't be surprised I was gonna propose to Regina. I even had something to give her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. You're going to propose. You, a puppet. Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Alright, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination. Sigh. I don't believe you. Okay, fine. By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina? Of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? Well, you know. I wasn't gonna propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. Right, Ben? Yeah, got it? That's the truth. I even had something to give her. What? You know exactly what I was gonna give her. The only thing that I could find that could match Regina's beauty. An engagement ring. These two nearly fell out of their chairs. Why is Von Karma surprised? Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. One hit from that thing would probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad. Push on anyways. Maybe something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that puppet... Yep. Specifically about the engagement ring, I like to stick to facts, not sociology. Plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina. It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. More brilliant than the real thing. It's not even a diamond, it's a glass gem. I think Regina is gonna love it. It's just crystal. Kept it in his pocket. Whose pocket was the ring in? Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You gotta be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off? Sorry, really. You don't have to apologize. He's the one who should be apologizing. Of course, I had it in my pocket. It was a present for her. So you went to the lodging house to give it to her. That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way. Couldn't be talking about me, Maximilian Galactico. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his woodblock in half. Not with magic. You always say that love creates rivalries. What about this present? Still got it in my pocket. So you're thinking of trying to give it to Regina? Spent 3 months' salary, and I'm not gonna give up that easily. Don't be so surprised I was going to propose to Regina. I planned on giving an engagement ring. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got my pocket. I wasn't able to give it to her. Blah, blah, blah. Planned on giving an engagement ring to Regina. Diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. It's just a ring. There's got to be something I can catch him on. Oh boy. It has to be something with this, doesn't it? Because this is what I pressed on and... Proposing marriage. Engagement ring. Diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant. It's just a ring. Kept it in my pocket. Whose pocket? Mine, of course. Also had it in my pocket that night. Tried to give it to her during practice. So many times I lost count. That uppity snob kept getting in the way. I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. I'm still thinking of trying to give it to Regina. Spent 3 months' salary, I'm not gonna give up that easy. About time to unwrap this toy's testimony. So there's a contradiction here. The hat, the raise, the crime scene photo. An orange juice bottle that was found on the broken cafeteria floor. Map of the circus. Money the monkey, the ring, the autopsy report, 20-pound box, and some pepper. I don't think the profiles mean anything in this case. Like, I have it. So clearly he's lying about having it. Just a ring. Gotta be something I can catch him on. Went to the lodging house to give it to her. That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times I lost count, but uppity snob kept getting in the way. Is it gonna be that her house isn't at the lodging? No, okay. I've pressed on everything. wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Unwrap this toy's testimony. Don't be so surprised I was going to propose to Regina. I planned on giving an engagement ring to Regina. Kept it in my pocket waiting for a chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. What does this have to do with the engagement photo? She's 16? Kept it in my pocket waiting for a chance to propose and give it to her. Also, I had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. It's just a ring, Phoenix says. Is that supposed to be a hint? There's got to be something I can catch him on. I don't know what I'm supposed to catch him on. It's not gonna be Max's hat, right? kept it in my pockets waiting for the chance. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was my present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Is it just Regina? No. Okay, I'm stumped. I've still got it in my pocket. I could have sworn I've done this. I did this. Looks like they're gonna double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? I did this. That's mine. Give it back. Didn't you just testify about this object? I believe you said in the end I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? God, that was dumb. Ben, say something. Don't put me on the spot like that, Trillo. Don't put me on the spot like that, Trillo. Put that in Money's room. I mean, a room they put money in, like a bank vault? That filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him. Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey in every sense of the word. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. When was this ring stolen from you? The night of the crime. Stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, right? Guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. Has nothing to do with anything. Especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide who does what. Back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing, not I, Mr. Trilloquist. What did you say? What did you do when the ring was taken? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this lofty fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. It's indeed an incredible shame. This does indeed prove one important point. Ben's testimony has a flaw. The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just said he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that the witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. That doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He was blinded by his rivalry with Max. Defense's argument does hold water. This witness has a history of animosity towards the defendant. How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that door face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him. No doubt I saw it. I saw that worthless liar. Just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out who you saw on that night. Told you so many times, you'd think you'd know my story's not changing. You've already changed your story. I'm sure it will change some more. Where there is one, there are usually many more behind it. Why we have to keep after him. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. It doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza. He showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. Sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Money didn't show up until after you saw Max. That's right, money ran less than a minute then I saw Max. "5 minutes. I view that I was waiting that night for Regina, but that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max at the plaza. I saw Max coming out of the big top that night. Of course, that's where I saw him from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent. Showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. About what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people if you can't figure it out. You already know the practice finished promptly at 10. You already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need a brain surgeon to know what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. Okay, 10:10 p.m. Sounds about right, because that's the time I saw Max on the scene. Said good evening and he didn't acknowledge me. So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night. It's obvious I'd say good night to someone at night. Got something to add? Let me ask, that's not it, Trilla. You say good evening at night. Performer lives and breathes his performances. Why would he say good evening to him? Isn't that a bit strange to you? You hate Max so much, why do you bother being nice to him? Strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? How is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers? Simply being cordial, I would understand. Absolutely 100% sure of what you said. It's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole somewhere. You have the proof to make something stick. Gotta have something that will prove useful. Is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight over Regina, to be exact. Wasn't that big of a deal, it was just an argument, a disagreement at most. A disagreement doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. Truth is, on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way that they would have become suddenly cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just go up and say good evening to his rival. Are you saying this witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie. Honestly, I just... That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright? Yes? Let's clarify this testimony. Could you explain to your theory about who the witness actually saw? I think he didn't see anyone. Witness did not see a soul. Who do you think you are to just decide who I saw? Witness didn't see anyone. You wouldn't happen to have proof to back that up, would you? Okay, he saw a different person. Just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. If he had met Max at night, there would have been no greeting at all, which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Max Galactica. This is why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was he saw that evening, or good evening as he put it. Who the defendant had seen. It wouldn't have been Regina. It wouldn't have been Mo. It has to have been Barry. There would only be one person he would greet. Oh, not Regina. If it was Regina, he would have given her the engagement ring. Russell Barry, the victim himself. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster Russell Barry. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? At first I thought it was the old man. Once I got a better look, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. High time we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person. Problem is identifying who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica, or was it the ringmaster Russell Barry? Prosecution argues it was the defendant. Witness clearly stated they saw the defendant's 3 symbols. Soulcat, cloak. Soulcat, cloak, white roses. Anyone could wear them, they'd even look good on me. The witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Barry. You have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant. If that's the case, then it's impossible for me to make judgment at this point. It's very unfortunate. You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Wright. Mo's testimony. Merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you for your effort, but who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Yeah. Prosecution will provide, without the shadow of a doubt, an answer to clarify that question and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. None other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. have to believe me, I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. Where were you when the murder took place? I was in the ringmaster's room, and while you were in there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? The ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume. Just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room, still dressed in my stage clothes, but when I went there, I went ahead and took the costume off. It means the ringmaster could have taken this costume and went out looking like Max. Why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a little strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? You could be a detective or something. Thanks, Maya. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Please proceed with the case. Pitiful clown. Lawrence Curls. And West Clown Fidelia. Born and raised. I used to being in court, never been in a courtroom in my life. Wasn't quite sure what joke would be best suited for this kind of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? In the Grand Hall of Justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name. You met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts. But a couple of clowns who are up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. Is he the crown prince of clown? The clown prince? Professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. Testify what you saw that evening, without the humor. Not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today, but this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try to make everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? Aren't we the ones who's supposed to be asking the questions here? You'll listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Call for help? God damn. Thus, please stick to the facts of the case. Early, you'll hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Poor Gumshoe. Of course it's Gumshoe. Probably begin with testimony. Of course. I'll talk for as long as you want. Night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. No idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It's the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster on the head. I have enough to pass judgment right now. This witness is a bit, how do you say, off kilter, almost like he has a sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. It must be because my insincere smile. Oh my god, I can hear my stomach rumbling. I'm so hungry. I don't know what I'm gonna eat tonight. Maybe I should order something. Wait, push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you're not gonna engage in pointless saber rattling. And straight back to my room. Say the practice wrapped up at 10 p.m., correct? That's the thing. How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock, that's something the clown could riff off of. Let's pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. No. What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of clowning around. Just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons I don't want to. 1, I won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. You're pooped that night? I was very tired, not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. Double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. Oh, I could make a burrito or something. What happens after that, as they say, happens. Poop happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear those kids really love toilet humor these days. Poop, lol. I have to decide what to press him on. Damn you. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay. Straight after my new... You have no idea how tired I was. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep. Before I did, I went straight out the window. Just happened to glance out the window? You could say that. You could say I also peeked, eyeballed. Synonyms aren't allowed. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? Clowns don't need a reason. It's not what I meant. I meant, when we spoke yesterday, once I tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing loud noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not simply glance out of his window that night. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? That's not something you just forget to mention. I believe it would be best if Mo revise his testimony. Heard a loud noise. So I saw two silhouettes. It was the ringmaster. Clonked ringmaster on the side of the head. What was the sound like? Guess you could say sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Looked out the window and you saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away though. It was a ringmaster. He was with Max. I kept watching, and then all of a sudden Max clunked the ringmaster on his head. I should have saved. God damn it. Oh, now I have to sit through all that again. Heard a huge noise that would make me take a look outside. two silhouettes. How far away were they exactly? My room is here. They looked about yay big. I'd say they about 30 feet from my window. It's not far at all. It was snowing and it cut down on visibility. Continue with your testimony about the two shadows you saw. Say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away. I've been thinking about it over and over since that night. Things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma, but now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the Ringmaster that I saw last night. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Crowd never wants to go along with me. Get back on track. Kept watching, then all of a sudden Max clonked the Ringmaster on the head. You say you saw the Ringmaster get clocked over the head? It's the climax of the story. What did you say the victim was struck with? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found in the murder scene, right? Did say you did see everything, didn't you? Did you or did you not see the crime or of murder committed that night? Not permit you to harass my witness in this matter. You better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. So what will it be, Mr. Wright? Do you have any clear basis that my witness did not see the crime? I mean, I have no choice. We got a great reason to make my claim. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. Most said they heard the sound of a thump of someone getting hit. kept watching, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo's to be believed, when he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way he could have seen Max clonk anyone. I couldn't read what he just said. How do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from Max. Okay. Are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger in this court? To anger this court? You're stalling. These types of witnesses seem to have a selective memory. Just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Back from your jog. Pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. I looked at my window. The ringmaster was already face down in the snow. Tampering with witnesses. So now you are saying you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster. The ringmaster had already checked out. Did not witness the actual crime, however you say you saw the criminal, correct? Ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. It was a bit far away, but the shadow could have only belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially saw it. His uppity symbols, his silk hat, the black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, and I couldn't see what he's carrying. Took the clown long enough to get his facts straight, but whatever, they should be fine. This should finally be good enough, yes? She's just skulking away with her. Well, I guess we have to do a bar complaint about her, that later. Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there, we have to believe in that. Bit far away, but that shadow could have only belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. Silk hat, the black cloak, they were all there. I didn't mention the roses, but whatever. Some birds have terrible night vision. Some of them. Face was silhouetted, but there is no doubt that it could have been him. When there's a light near the scene of the crime, anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much. What is your eyesight like? I see like a hawk out of my left eye and an eagle out of my right. Perfect 20/20. Cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't see what he was carrying. Didn't actually see what the criminal was holding. Curious what caused the loud noise. Must have been something incredibly hard. I have to prove to Mo that someone other than Max that night. A shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement. Saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line. Are you truly 100% certain that it was Max? Not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. What makes it so sure you saw Max? Saw his uppity symbols. Trilogy said the same thing, but if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if somebody had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? Just look at the face of the shape. It must have been Max. Threw his entire case headlong into a trap. Silk hat, black coat, they were all there. Silk hat, black coat. Didn't see the white roses though. Gotta find a contradiction. I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That shadow could have only belonged to Max, there's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His face was silhouetted, but there is no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. I pressed on everything. I don't get any more changes to his testimony. I didn't see what he was. I was curious if there must have been something incredibly hard. Maybe it was a blunt object. So the last one doesn't help me any. It was a bit far away, but the shadow could have only have belonged to Max. There's no doubt since I saw his uppity symbols, his silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. Is it really just that he's saying two of them? Man, that's stupid. All of Max's symbols? Silk hat and the cloak, right? Everyone knows that he has three symbols. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Who cares if he knew that there were three or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He forgot to mention one. Is that right, Mo? You love pie? You didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. Crime scene was dark. You just said it was light. To be able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face, not to mention that roses are white, there was no way he could have missed them. Roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, the police would have found them near the crime scene. The white rose is truly material to the facts. He's just toying with the court. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Recall Trilo's testimony. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those three ridiculous symbols. Yeah, Trilo says that three-piece getup. Trilo saw them all. Witness claims that there were no white roses on the person he saw. Absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction.
One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this... Forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Yeah, we're done. We're done. We're done. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. Damn. Come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain the witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means I'm going to request more testimony. If there are no contradictions, I'm prepared to issue a ruling. No doubt there were no white roses. However, all the other symbols, I'm sure that, especially the silk hat, there's no way I forget seeing the decorations. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Prove there's a contradiction, you better have a shred of evidence. One chance is all I need. Well, this one's easy. He was wearing it the entire time, except for the fact that they found it on the crime scene. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing. No question in your mind? Exactly, how would one mistake a thing like that? Is there a problem? Swan Karma, where was the silk hat found? It was found at the crime scene. The hat fell off at the crime scene, however the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness said that he was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. That's not true. Pearls. What is the meaning of all this? You're old enough to know better than... You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. It's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you just don't like my jokes or something, right? Didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Oh. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. Turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? Yeah, he's real funny now, huh? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene? Something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo? He just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that. Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness. Badgering? Testimony is so full of holes, Von Karma's protest is useless. Hear what the witness has to say. Is that alright with you, little guy? Kind of stupid question is, how does he leave the crime scene? The answer is obvious. He just turned around and walked away. Sure that's how it happened? Lawyers nowadays do love to harp on the smallest things. Have any proof as to how the criminal left the scene? Proof to counter how the criminal left the scene. The photo. There's one set of footprints. Look at this photograph. Problem is in the footprints in the snow. In the photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. Ay 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 ay. That the freaking robot from Power Rangers? Alpha? Oh, how did the criminal escape the scene? Witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this testimony from the record. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second. You guys can't ignore everything that I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Pearls, the testimony you've provided up to now has been false. It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just I was a little confused about a bit of the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Von Karma, how could you? Takes a bow. If you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have the same opinion as I have. It's not funny. You're not gonna believe this, but it's true. I'm gonna cross-examine this too. The truth. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up to now has been the truth. I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's what I saw. He flew into the sky. This is the truth now, get ready for it. He flew. He jumped and flew through the air, right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there are no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. Told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? How do you put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why won't you believe me? First, I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this testimony, Mr. Wright? The eyes are playing tricks. This is all a dream. He has to be telling the truth. He said he was telling the truth. What he said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up. What I think, that means Max actually used magic. You're right. Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. You're right. Suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. Criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that. I can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen. You disregard a need for proof. Ms. Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got a feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want to find out the reason behind this mystery and mysteries. That's enough. Court is adjourned. What in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. Say the criminal flew off and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly wherever I please. It's not that easy. It looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. You just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first cardinal rule, the only rule. Well, no, other people aren't supposed to ask the magician their secrets. What we can do is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. To be continued. Nick, what is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks are by their definition, tricks, right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. It's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Rose did a trick? What kind of trick was it? Let's see. It looked like she pulled off the end of her thumb off. First she put her right thumb next to her left hand and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Kind of like this. How'd you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician. See, this is why I can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. Take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure this out. Oh, they remixed the song. I don't see any way out of this. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's no way we can solve the mystery of a criminal flying by tomorrow. I was thinking, do you really think the criminal flew through the air? The only one who thinks that is Mo, right? He says he saw it. Mo looked awfully serious when he said that. He might be trying to frame Max. If that was it, he would have said simply, I saw Max. That would have been enough. There's no reason why anyone would believe he flew. The criminal really did fly. There's only one person who could do that, Max. Christian seems rather full of himself, especially when he says things like customers only go to the circus to see him. That doesn't seem enough to frame another person for murder, and it was proven that neither Ben nor Mo lied on the stand. Maybe Ben saw the ringmaster wearing Max's costume, but Mo clearly said he saw Max himself. My sweeties, you mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by, and since I'm a famous magician, they said, let's make you your very own TV special. What kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactica, the Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live. Sounds like it would make an awesome special, but if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Surely be an unnecessary addition. Is it the same card each time? It is the same card each time. To your troubles with the law. That's what I was thinking, but the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. It would be a contractual obligation. That's showbiz. The night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly into the sky, did you? Here's how everything went down. Time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying into the sky is not something I can do at will. I don't care what the stoogey clown says, it wasn't me. The difference between me and cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much, it's much harder than you think. I was thinking about this in court today, but I've got a favor to ask of you. Be friends. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them? I've won on the international stage. I won the international Grand Prix. Performers should always look to perform on the world stage, but the performers at this circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something I can simply not tolerate. Something of what just Max says rings true to my ears. I want to hear about the Grand Prix. To be honest, I've told the story 100 times, so it's a tad boring. Sorry to make you tell it again. You must have heard me. I'm really sick of telling the story, but what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica. I suppose I could tell it again. Take a look at this. I happen to have a picture from the Grand Prix with me. Just look at that fabulous stage. This is the first stage I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At the time I thought to myself that I could die right then and die a happy man. I'd never forget how I felt that night, the emotions, the acclaim. By the way, I think everyone who's a performer should get to experience that feeling. I wish I could explain to the other people in the circus. Oh, you buy me a trophy. That's not how you earn a trophy. You can have this, just make sure you show it to the other members of the circus. You can learn, this is what you should tell them. Sounds like two people arguing. Alright, let's do it. Are you ready? Yeah, wait. Quit your whining. Let's just give it a shot already. Alright, let's go. Row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that. Trying my best, Trillo, but this isn't going to work. You enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be on your own someday. Can't handle something as simple as this. What are you gonna do then? Hey Ben, hello to you too, Trillo. What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course? Trillo wouldn't give up until I said that we'd try out his idea for a new routine, so we were trying to sing in a round for our new ventriloquism act. Everyone is surprised by the idea. I told you. That'd actually be pretty impressive if they did a round. They're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea. Once we get a grip on the basics, it's just a matter of practice. I think so. I forgot, I wanted to give this back to you. Now that I've got this ring back, it's time to take one more shot at Regina.
Okay, he doesn't care about that. You want to talk about what we saw, right? At first we thought it was the old man, just looking at us walking how he acted. Right, Ben? Then we said a hello, didn't get a reply, not to mention he was draped in those gaudy symbols. What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols? What do you think, Ben? I'd have thought he was the ringmaster. Hoping I could ask you about Regina. Completely serious about her, that's why I'm waiting for her even now. If you wanted to see Regina, why don't you check out the tent? You haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart? Waiting like this is part of being in love. How so? If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's the best, one of the best parts. Yeah, I knew that. So how's this new routine working out? 2, take a chill pill. Our routines are secret. We're gonna take ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution. We're not gonna take on the world just because that jerk said we could. Max Galactica. Performer should aim for the world. Who does he think he is? Seemed to be real fired up about this. He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage. I, Triloquist, will win the Grand Prix. Row, row, row your boat will be the key to a glorious victory. Not to rain on your parade, wouldn't a more mature song be best? Gotta start somewhere. Where's Regina? I don't know, but if she's with that tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. You're kind of a chicken, aren't you? Just allergic to wild tigers. Nothing new here. Another talk. This could have been where the ringmaster put on his costume. Why do you do that? Was it cold or something? Look at all these trophies. Everything looks... This is all old info. Scrap of white paper is sticking out of the coat pocket. Okay, I have to remember that. It's you two. You look like you got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest? Taking a rest right now. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Figured as much. Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that. Do you have an idea how much your face hurts if you fake laugh that much? Francisco really set you up this bad this time, huh?
If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself. No way, pal. You're not gonna get me to bite back a woman with a whip. Backbite. Prosecutor Von Karma's always got her eyes on us. Every time she doesn't want you, every time you definitely don't want her showing up, poof, there she is. Don't show up, don't show up, don't show up. She's directly above us as we speak. According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. If that's what happens, that means the killer passed by this window, pal. Who lived in the room above? The acrobat's got his room on the 3rd floor. Pretty soon Von Karma's gonna start her investigation. Don't get any ideas of going to the acrobat's room. There's like nothing here. Covered up by a tarp. Air conditioner. Safety light. Mo's not here, even if why do you think he's always laughing when he's by himself? We're hitting a dead end, aren't we? So the only person I have is him. I don't think I'm gonna get any information out of him. Back to the cafeteria. Welcome to the Rendezvous, the Fabulous, the cafeteria. What time it is? Riddle time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon of bowel destruction? Bzz, wrong. Try again. What do you think, girly? I got it. Because they aren't in the cafeteria. Because they're in the cafeteria. How does that have anything to do with Mexican pizza? Today's been a really crazy day. You're telling me. I didn't think it was going to be so tough. It's a tough crowd. It was a tough crowd this morning. I had to smash watermelons. Told them all a great story and even greater jokes. No one busted out laughing. Are you 100% sure about your testimony today? I saw what I saw. The creep just flew through the air. Wasn't exactly flying per se, it was more like floating. Silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max. Not this picture. Everyone knows what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around. He didn't just show me the picture. Show me his bust too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous. Awooga! In the picture, he'd make us worship it every day. He'd make us bow to his greatness. He's got a big bust. Wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. Be on this small table. There's nothing there. Really? Oh yeah. What was it? I'd say about 5 days ago. All of a sudden, the bust disappeared. If you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin board there. Max just had to put the picture up. I want someone to make a bust of me, as long as I'm not paying for it. Max G bust. Hell yeah, dude. Nothing's changed. Drawing a blank. It's one teensy thing that seems different. On the morning over that bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center. It's torn, but I don't know what it said. To the murderer. Rest of it ripped off. I don't know who posted it. When did you find this? The morning before the murderer. Ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered. Who in the world posted this thing? Doesn't care. Okay, so now I need to talk to Ben about it. Okay, maybe not. Anything about this note? The morning of the murder is posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know about that note. When I read it, my heart skipped a beat. While I was reading or enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room in company. Guess it wasn't really company, it was just the ringmaster of my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, his face turned an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into the pocket of his tailcoat. Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find out on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Might want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Piece of scrap paper. I have a feeling I know what that is. It's the other half of the note that Mo gave us. To the murderer, I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. That's when the murder took place. Mo's gone. There's a message on the bulletin board. I'm hungry, so I'm off to get hamburgers. Love, Mo. I'm sure you did a good job as usual. Finally done with the investigation of the acrobat with Von Karma. Von Karma. Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not that far behind. So her pager? You gotta take it quick and get out of here. Biting his lashes was from a whip. Von Karma. This real battle in court, wasn't it, Phoenix Wright? Did you have to jump out and scare us? What can I do for you? Tomorrow will be the day my dream finally comes true. The story of my defeat at your hands making the national news. You possess such a small sense of scale. Global news, Mr. Wright. Your miserable plight will be known internationally. I think she might be overcompensating the importance of a win by just a smidge. It appears you got your hands onto something big, huh? I'm surprised you picked onto that much. Anyone could. You couldn't hide the look of victory with 10 paper bags on your head. I've got conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints? A conclusive evidence, you mean the acrobat, right? I'm putting in the summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred Von Karma. Of course, your dad. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more word and you'll get a mouthful of whip. When did I ever bring my papa's name into this or any other conversation? What's this revenge you're talking about? You wouldn't understand, Phoenix Wright. I have to see him again one more time. Sure you know whom I refer, Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Why did you even bring him up? You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that trained the gifted prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth? Manfred Von Karma? Exactly right, it was my father. This means that Edgeworth was... Miles was a little brother to me. Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. Man who inspired me to become an attorney. Fought against him in a few cases. A little after that case was over, he vanished. It's your fault he's gone. The truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Edgeworth's death. Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case. Then once that And then with the case after that one, he never set foot into the court again. Then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Edgeworth chooses death. That was 1 year ago. It was a few months after you left to go back home. Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive, I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddled the honorable name Von Karma. I'm gonna find him, and then I'm gonna teach him his rightful place with my own 2 hands. About Mr. Edgeworth. I told you this once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay? Von Karma, I don't know if you're a god's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had enough of you. Him too. This dog is all bark and no bite. It's already been defeated. Nevertheless, I have nothing to inform the 2 of you. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle this country has ever seen. Acro's room. It must be Phoenix Wright. Yes. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling. Ken Dingling. Here at the circus, everyone calls me Acro. Do you know my name? The detective told me he said you'd definitely show up. Remember the circus as well? That's right. I mainly performed on the tightrope or the flying trapeze, but nowadays all I perform in is my wheelchair. Why'd you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Then one night they decided to run away from it all without me. The only person willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took incredible care of me. He truly was a lifesaver. So I decided to do something important. I decided that I would devote my life in a way to finding a way to repay him. And now, look how someone's repaid him for all the good in his life. Such a shame. Sometimes I think he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind for his performance. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. Regina's so cute. She's truly a princess. Truly a princess. Are you sure that's a good thing? Grudge against Regina. Why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves in my legs are badly damaged. I can't walk now. I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself. The accident happened during an acrobatic session. Doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. Exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months. I injured my legs during practice. Stopped by yesterday and noticed you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day. Rehab? What about the murder? Of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced it was all a dream. Just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound come in from below my window. That's when I looked out the window. He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactica. What I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive that was Max you saw flying? I'm sure, there's no doubt in my mind. That's what we want to know. I was posted in the cafeteria the morning before the murder. Cafeteria? If it's something to do with her, then you should go straight to the source. Gina, ask her about it. Try not to think about him. Money is a great friend to me. A pile of treasure is his collection. He'll bring anything back with him. Not great with the ladies, but I seem pretty popular with the animals.
Huge pile of trash. Picture of Regina. See Big Top from the window. The net's ripped. Money must be prone to breaking things. He's hardcore. That looks fine to me. You really think that he plays basketball? Monkeys live a life above the rim. Monkey calendar. Bed is incredibly well made. It's almost like a maid made it up. The laundry on top of the bed is folded perfectly. Can't a man respect another man for doing something that men cannot do? That said man cannot do? Got a barbell. Everything is good for upper body training. These are the same machines I see on TV all the time. Barbell is a new model. New model of barbell. Alright, it was good talking to you. Okay, this must be Filet Phoenix. Maya, Nick, it's you guys. I'm sorry, I guess I made a mistake. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. Everyone loved him, didn't they? It must have been quite a man. He was. I love my dad so much. That's why I feel so lonely, now that I won't be able to see him for a while. When Leon died, I talked with my dad and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. That means my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone. Do you think that one day I'll be a star too? Got a feeling that everyone is doing great up there in the sky. But she's definitely got some damage up to her noggin. Why do you want to teach Money a lesson? He's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Mr. Attorney, if you saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back. It's really important. Gladly, but of course, I'll get it for you. Leave it to us. Don't see the monkey. Have you seen this? I know what that is. It was in my pocket for a while. I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. I just take Acro his breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. Then I go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. Then you realize the piece of paper was in your pocket? Since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged in someone else's pocket. I wonder if the person who lost it was in trouble, so put it on the bulletin board. Stuck it up there. How'd you know? When did this happen? The morning of the murder. Acro did it. It's Acro's paper. He couldn't go to the room to post it, so he tricked Regina into posting it. Found in Regina's pocket.
Try the Magatama. I have to ask you, how were you injured? During practice. Acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. Are you really telling me that practice caused what? Practice accident was the cause of your injury. 6 months ago. Talk. Lieutenant. Acro. We won't talk about Acro. Acro, Xenia's room came back. I hope his legs get better. He's so incredible, especially on the trapeze. Acro the Acrobat. Acro doesn't seem to have very many nice things to say about Regina, but Regina seems to like Acro just fine. What I know about Max, well, his colleagues in the circus all seem to hate him. Had issues with him, but he also happens to have a diamond shining in his soul. It's his pride as a performer. We didn't have that pride in ourselves before Max arrived. Honestly, I think he brought something wonderful to the circus when he came. He'll always be here. As long as he's here, he can only continue to be a ventriloquist. Whether it's a good thing for him is or not, I can't really say. Regina, she's cool, isn't she? And you can believe that such a cute girl is an animal tamer? It seems animals are not the only thing she tames. Men. Max, the ringmaster, Ben, she's got them all under her thumb. Yeah, I went a bit overlord. It's just that Regina's innocent. She was incredibly sheltered as a child. That's why she can be so cruel. Regina is just like the animals she claims to tame. She's innocent, and thus she can be cruel. Ringmaster is even more than a father to me. When he took me in, the circus was in bad shape. It was obvious he had no way of supporting us. I was only 9. I begged the ringmaster to let me try, and he finally gave in. Having a kid in the circus was probably the last thing he wanted, but I wanted to be helpful so I could help the ringmaster. Ringmaster really believed in Mo 100%. What will happen now that the ringmaster's gone? Beginning of the Lawrence Curls era, I suppose. You don't know much about Mo, I suspect you can see right through me. So taking Max in for questioning. Pepper from the cafeteria. So this was the cafeteria's Pepper. Not a big fan of Pepper. Something smells fantastic, so we know it can't be Mo. I know what it is, burgers. Burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. One bite will send you into hamburger heaven. Now the ringmaster's gone, what are you gonna do? All I've thought about, everyone loved Russell. You heard Acro's story, haven't you? Well, he was adopted when he was younger. Calm down a bit now. But he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he couldn't go on. Gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. Thinking of trying on the ringmaster shoes. Max would still be an issue though. Maybe mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right. All that's left, you know, get over it. Get over what tragedy? Nothing at all. Yeah, that's it. Everyone can get over the tragedy. It seemed a bit strange. It sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. "6 months ago, it was a little accident. Give us a break." I don't know anything about that. No, I think I got you. Tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at this circus? Actually, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Said something about an accident. This wouldn't happen to be the cause of that accident, would it? Should have saved for that. What caused the accident? "6 months ago, I have conclusive evidence." Very private guy. When he came here, he was about 10 years old. We started in the very big circus. Private memories to bring up. Momo burgers. Beefy burger filled with laughs and a sauce for my jokes. have anything new to present to you. Okay, I'm stumped, so I'm going to save here and come back. Later. Thanks everyone for coming out. Appreciate it. Alright. Thanks everyone for coming by. Might be on later, I don't know, probably not. But good night, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.